It was the night before Christmas, and all through the house, not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. The stockings were hung by the chimney with care, in hopes that St. Nicholas soon would be there. At that very same hour, in the North Pole far away, poor old St. Nick was having a miserable day. He checked his list once, and then checked it twice. He needed to know who was naughty and nice. He wasn't looking for perfect, he just wanted good. People who consistently did what they should. But this year again, like so many years past, the bad list was getting longer, and it was growing really fast. Boys and girls, men and women, children of all ages, millions of names and stories as Santa flipped through all his pages. He hated to admit it, and he hoped that he was wrong. But it seemed like this year's bad list was almost twice as long. But what about the good kids, the nice little girls and boys? Shouldn't they be rewarded? Shouldn't they get their toys? Should Santa just ignore the bad ones or leave them a lump of coal? Well, this was quite a dilemma, and it tugged at Santa's soul. So Santa knelt and said a prayer. Dear God, what should I do? I want to bring them Christmas. I want them to celebrate you. Their Christmas is so commercialized and full of greed all over the earth. It's more about money and credit cards than it is about Jesus' birth. And with all the bad things going on, Santa prayed through his tears, I'm losing my Christmas spirit, Lord, for the first time in many years. I love the world's children, Lord, especially those who do right. But what do I do about the bad ones that are frustrating me so tonight? Santa laid his head back on his pillow, on his bed, and after a moment of silence, he heard a whispering voice that said, Santa, I want you to know that I've heard your prayer this day, and I'm sorry that you are frustrated, but I understand all that you say. You see, my people even frustrate me, the God who gave them life. I gave them all the blessings they have, and they give me nothing back but strife. They only want to talk to me when they want forgiveness for their sin. From Adam and Eve through the history of man, that's the way it has always been. But Santa, I love my children, imperfect as they are. That's why I sent my son Jesus to be born under Bethlehem's star. Remember that little manger and the baby born to be king, who lived among men spreading forgiveness and love that only Jesus could bring? Well, that's the story of Christmas. Not the presents or how they're priced, but that God gave the world a Savior, and the people need to know their Christ. So Santa, forget about who's good or bad or how everybody's living, because if they will simply believe in me, then every one of them will be forgiven. Santa reflected on the words of the Lord, and then he packed all the toys onto his sleigh. And with a spring in his step and joy in his heart, he went on his merry way. And I heard him exclaim as he drove out of sight, Merry Christmas to all, and to all a good night.